So thank you guys for joining us here at the Roc Your Locs studio. We have Bahati here. She is going to share with us a little bit about her amazing journey, what she's doing in the community, what inspired her to turn her hobby into a business, and all that fun stuff in between.
Yes. But first I want to say thank you for having me. This is an amazing space. So for all of you who haven't been here, please treat yourself and stop by.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, the hobby thing, it was like really more of a passion.
Okay.
And so it was that thing that I kind of always came back to.
Okay.
And I kind of had to take a step and really take it serious.
So now real quick, can you share what that hobby is that we're referring to?
Yes. So the hobby is beading.
Okay.
So we specialize in waist beading, and our preferred material is seed beads. So these are tiny beads, maybe about 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters wide. So that size really allows us to focus. We believe in like mindfulness and meditation. Since it's so small, the whole process helps us to really kind of relieve stress and also create really intricate pieces of jewelry. So beading is our art form, so to speak.
Oh my gosh. I love the fact that you were intentional about incorporating the elements that would allow for mindfulness, because it's so powerful, and I feel like that's amazing because we don't do enough of that.
We don't. And actually, we consider ourselves cultural preservationists. So the tradition of beading is an ancient tradition. It's something that we just tapped into. We were very fortunate to be able to do so. So if you know about the Maasai women in East Africa, they create gorgeous, intricate, maybe hundreds of necklaces that they wear around their necks, and also headpieces as well. And then even the Zulu do that as well in Southern Africa. So we have always, used our talents and always believed in the power of taking our time to create these beautiful, elaborate pieces of art. So we just tapped into it with beading.
Wow. Now, I spoke to a few people about Waistbeads, and they were like a puzzled look. I knew what they were, and they were like, "Wait, are you weight? To lose waist? Like, can you tell? Can you share for those who may not know what Waistbeads are?
Yes.
What is it?
Okay, so Waistbeads are very small, traditionally very small strings of beads, traditionally worn underneath your clothing. Okay, so some people. Some of their beads are a little bit larger, say let's say maybe 10 millimeters or so, but traditionally they're very small. They're normally worn underneath your clothes. And actually in the workshop, we talk a lot about the history of it and the significance.
Exactly, beautiful.
Yeah, so some people now wear them for fashion, some people wear them to maintain their weight, but culturally speaking, the tradition is that people wear them for different stages of life in terms of womanhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is perfect because I felt as though when we were creating the series, the Adorning the Inner Woman, this would be like a perfect fit, which it is for all of you. As you can hear, as she's describing this, I'm like, I feel as though it's about self-love.
Oh, absolutely.
Healing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think that the power of wearing the beads, number one, is that you're taking this piece or pieces of raw materials. So when you start thinking about constructing anything, because really when you start talking about wealth, really wealth is about creating something. So if right now you were to win $1 million, you probably would first say, oh my gosh, I'm going to open a center.
Exactly.
I'm going to buy a home.
Exactly.
So we are creating beaded jewelry for our bodies from some of the most precious materials on earth.
Exactly.
Glass, wood, clay. Porcelain, which is clay, heated up and that type of thing. So we just believe in the power of using those raw materials and the creative process that's unique to you because you're creating it yourself. We just believe in the transformative power of the creative process.
I love it.
And so every woman who creates her, and some people buy waist beads.
Okay.
Okay, so of course you can purchase, and waist beads, they can start anywhere from a couple dollars all the way up to, you could maybe probably find some of the more intricate ones that are $100. But many times waist beads are layered. So people wear, a couple, 3 at a time, 10 at a time, 20 at a time.
Exactly.
Just all depends on, what your preference is. But we believe in being what we call a vanguard. So a vanguard is someone that says, we're going to hold, not alone, that's why we are not the vanguard.
Okay.
Because we didn't create beading.
Okay.
But we believe that we're going to hold the space for creating beading or creating beaded jewelry
Okay.
in the African tradition.
Mm.
So we're going to have classes. And sometimes we're going to have 2 people.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh my God, welcome. And sometimes we're going to
Exactly.
have 200 people.
Exactly.
And we still want to welcome those people regardless, because we're going to accept that responsibility to ensure that this art form, this particular one that we created, we're going to keep it going.
Exactly.
As, you know, with the resources that we have, as long as we can.
Exactly. See, I love it. And I'd imagine there's something about the creation process.
Mhm.
Yeah, as you said, we can buy them and things
Right.
of that nature, but there is also something special about
Right.
just creating, the art of creating on
Right.
your own. The
Definitely.
energy that goes into that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because some people approach it, you know, some people make the beads for, you know, a new season. For
Oh.
example, this year I lost my grandmother, which is
Okay.
very difficult. And
Sorry
I
to hear that.
decided, thank you, I decided to, I said, you know what, I'm going to make some new beads. Because the old beads, I had them for a while. I said, you know what, no, I'm going to make a lot of blue beads.
Wow.
So my husband thought I was crazy. Shout out to him. He's up there. I'm sure he'll comment like, yes, I did.
He's like, yep,
No,
I agree.
It's very funny. No, he's actually
Yes.
awesome and very, very encouraging. But yeah, I did. He was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
that's the 8th one, you know? So I made those because I just said, you know what, I'm just, you know, in this process of reflecting on her life and, you know, her transitioning into another realm.
Okay.
And so that was my reason for that particular set of
Okay.
beads. You know, some people might say,
powerful.
well, I want to lose weight, or, you know, I want to accept the weight that I am.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I'm whatever weight I am, and you know what? I'm happy
I'm
with that.
okay with that. Yeah.
I'm going to make these beads represent that marriage, you know,
Okay. Okay.
childbirth,
Okay. Wow.
you know, or being pregnant, then childbirth after.
Okay.
So it just all depends on, you know, your reason really
Exactly.
for making the beads.
Now, a lot of times, you know, some feel as though, oh, I don't have that skinny hourglass figure. I'm
Right.
like, listen,
Madness.
it is. I mean, what? Listen,
Yes,
I don't-
waist beads are
it's
for
not about
all,
that.
all beautiful women.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it's not about that at all. Actually, like we talked earlier, the tradition is wearing them underneath your clothes.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So first of all, the only person who's supposed to see the waist beads is you, and whoever else
you go.
would see you in that way.
Exactly.
So it's just something so intimate and
Exactly.
personal. You
Exactly.
know, you can think about it like it's similar, not exactly, but say like an anklet. You know how so feminine that is.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and so wearing the beads is really about you. And tapping into the strength of the feminine energy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So gentle doesn't necessarily mean weak. Gentle can also be very strong.
Absolutely.
So tapping
Absolutely.
into that and saying, I'm thankful for what I have,
Exactly.
my body,
Where I am.
where I
I
am.
appreciate where I am.
where I am, and you can use it as a monitor to say, hey, I've had plenty of sisters say, hey, you know what, girl, you know, it's looser, you know,
Exactly.
without me even paying attention.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or even, you know, maybe weighing myself or what have you.
Mm.
I noticed that obviously
Exactly.
I've lost a couple of inches because
Exactly,
when I made
because-
it in May, now it fits looser.
Looser,
What have you.
exactly.
So it's an excellent, powerful tool, and it absolutely is not for any particular size at all.
I
Yeah.
love it. Now, quickly, can you share with us what you're currently doing in the community? Because this
Yes.
is just a small little section of what
Yes.
you're doing. You're doing such amazing things.
Yeah, man, we're busy out there. We're busy out there. So my husband and I with Walk-Worthy Brands, we actually have taken in our second cohort for the Journey Through Life Rites of Passage.
Wow.
And that is an African Center Rite of Passage to really empower our young people. We really want to inoculate them with cultural traditions, with a strong sense of self, with the tools so they can identify their voice. And we really, more than anything, we want them to be deeply rooted in who they are.
We need that.
Yeah.
Do you have this for children, like adults?
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
like,
wait a minute,
listen,
partner
I'm
now.
just saying, because listen, I feel as though those things that you're speaking of,
Right.
adults could benefit from
This
it
is
as
true.
well.
This is very true. This is very true.
We might have to talk. That's behind the scenes. So, okay.
No, it's true. We what we do is we started last year with 9 amazing girls. They were aged 9 through, I think the oldest we have 13.
Okay.
And so we started in November and we presented them to the community in March.
Wow.
They did a speech, they did 2 dances, They created a belt, of course, a beaded belt.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
That was my idea, right? That was part of what I, one of the contributions that I had. But
Yes.
we wrote this curriculum and we based it on some core principles, things like spirituality, confidence, humility, and it was such a transformative experience for me. Although I'm sure they, were all excited and so were their parents. I benefited a lot from that, and again, we want them to, because we know they're not going to take all of it in right then.
Exactly.
It's for as they go, for them to reflect on, being deeply rooted in what it means to be, a woman of African descent, what it means to be a human, how to stay balanced. Balance is one of the principles as well, how to stay balanced.
Exactly.
And as they go, we also go, because this is what we, quote unquote, taught them. This is what the whole program was all about. So it was an amazing presentation, and we decided to invite a cohort of boys.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So you might have seen some of the pictures.
I did, I did.
So,
Some beautiful pictures too.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So now we're working with 10. We got 10 boys to join us, and same thing. The difference with the boys, my husband and some of the other men are taking the lead, which I'm very happy about.
Yes, that's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, so they're more taking the lead. The principles are the same, but in terms of interpreting those principles, what it means to have healthy masculinity, what manhood is about, brotherhood, what makes a man, what should men do, how should men interact with other men, how should men interact with women. Things that I really am not equipped to speak on. So, so it's more of a supportive role. But yeah, they still do the beads, they still do the speeches, they still do all of those things, and we're really excited to present them in March as well. So extremely busy, but very, very thankful.
I love it.
Yeah.
I salute you.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing some amazing things.
Thank
you really
you.
are.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
this
you.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's been good.
Wow. Now, with all of this going on, how do you balance? So you're an entrepreneur of a few different things.
Yes.
And you're also an instructor.
I am.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance?
Oh man, how do I balance? Well, I guess in a practical way, just more like prioritization.
Okay.
It's like, here's the week.
Okay.
What must be done.
Okay.
And kind of trying to tackle those things. For the curriculum and also teaching, I kind of try to do a lot of things ahead. So I actually had all of my notes and everything done in August.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I put myself on a timeline to say, you know what? Let's say August 5th, it all has to be done.
Okay.
Because I don't have time to upload every week.
Exactly.
Because by the time class starts, now I'm doing the rite of passage. So those kinds of things. But really, the thing that really fuels me the most is the realization of what's going on right now.
Okay.
The energy that's going on right now. And understanding the responsibility.
Okay.
So to whom much is given,
exactly.
much is required. And a lot of forgiveness of myself. Like, what? I'm not going to get to do everything.
Everything, exactly.
Sometimes I want to do stuff for myself. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I get disappointed about that. And I'm like, well.
Yes.
Something kind of has to give.
Exactly.
So I kind of just try to go with the flow as much as possible. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that things like that rite of passage, things like beading, things that are transformative, that are culturally relevant, that those things stay alive.